So there are three layers in a database. Okay. So we are going to discuss data deduplication. Okay. So data deduplication. We are going to discuss data deduplication. This is written here. Data deduplication simply means not allowing the duplicates. Making duplicates means if I ask you to make a duplicate of this one, of this pen, that means you'll give me another pen. That will be a duplicate of that pen. If I ask you deduplicate it, that means if there are two pens, you will not let them exist together. You will not let a copy of the pen exist. Okay, that's what deduplication means. Okay, so for example, if I say, okay, don't let the duplicate copy of this file that I'm making, this visual diagram exist. Concept is the same. You will not let two copies exist. How you will make it possible is the question. But what is deduplication really means? We will eliminate the duplicates. Deduplication means eliminating the duplicates. How you do it? What is the scope of this? How does it work? Is still a question. Okay. So how will duplicates first of all get created? Let me know your thoughts. My question is, how do the duplicates get created in the system? What is your thought about it? One reason is users enter duplicate data. What could be the second reason? Think of this. Look at you just now talked about GUI layer. So this is one layer. Can data be entered in this layer?
No.
Can data be entered in this layer?
No.
Can data be entered in this layer?
Database layer? Yeah, I mean if you are importing or
exactly. So yes,
data is coming.
Exactly. If you are importing data, then it is possible to get the data. So these are the two entry points. Either it will come through GUI or it will come through import. So in both the places, from both the sources, duplicates can come. Okay. Now, what is a duplicate? So one is through the GUI, second one is through the import process, through EIM, Enterprise Integration Manager. Okay. So with this, we start thinking, what is a duplicate? Duplicate really means out there is only one company. For example, an account duplicate. What an account duplicate means? Account duplicate means there is a company called as IBM in the world. In your database, there are two companies in your database. One is I.B.M. Second one is IBM. Third one is small I, small b, small m. System did not have a way to identify that these are the same companies, right? System. So these three are basically duplicates in this case. Okay. So we should not allow, a BA's job is whenever he is gathering the requirements, he has to make sure that users cannot enter duplicate data. Similarly, whenever an import is occurring, then people should not be able to enter. So it should not result in creating duplicate records. The way to analyze this import entry of duplicates and avoiding that is it's kind of a little cumbersome. It's kind of very different also. From a functional point of view, we will say that these can be entered through the GUI, and that's what we will analyze now also. Okay, we should not be really worried about import, creation of duplicates through imports. Okay, so what happens is when somebody is entering, the user is entering the data through GUI, we need to create deduplication rules. We need to, for example, in this case, we can put a one deduplication rule. Okay. Okay. The very first problem is the person might enter the same name, IBM, then exact same name again, right? So we can make a deduplication rule to avoid this scenario that same exact name cannot be entered. Okay. So that is one deduplication rule we can make. Similarly, this rule does not still eliminate all the possibilities of entering duplicates. They might enter IBM capital small I dot small b dot small m dot. So what we need to do is, there is really no way to deduplicate this one actually. Okay, I mean there is no easy way. We cannot say remove the dots and check it. If we do that, then we cannot enter Amazon.com. Then user cannot enter Amazon.com. It will become same as Amazon.com. If you ask, so we cannot ask the system to remove the dots. Okay, so we cannot go any further in the name. Typically, so this is one strategy. You put deduplication rules at the field level. Second one is, this is another way. You ask the users to enter some global identifier for an account, for a company in this case. For example, you can ask them to enter PIN number of the company. Okay, so when they will enter, every company in the United States has a unique PIN. So you can teach the system that whenever users are entering PIN, we should check whether the same PIN is existing in the database or not. Okay, in the system or not. Okay, so this rule can be we can work with. The only problem is the users, first of all, may not be having the PIN. Second thing is, even if they would have PIN, they may not enter it properly. Right? They might just enter 111111 without even putting a proper PIN. So that is not the problem. Okay? So deduplication, this is still, as you can clearly see, we cannot make a system in which duplicates can be avoided. Even now duplicates cannot be avoided. There are ways to deduplicate. There are certain companies which make softwares just to deduplicate the records. Okay? So there are ways. What they do is they make a 15-point check or 14-point. They not only check the PIN, they will check AMA number, American Medical Association number. They will check some other numbers. They will check the address. At the same address, two companies cannot exist. At the same exact address, including the suite number, two exact companies. So they can check. They will have all this data of all the companies. So when the user is entering the data, they will check it against the standard list of companies in the world, in America, and then it can prompt. So there are many ways to handle the deduplication properly. But as you can clearly see, some of the basic rules can always be built. For example, name should be unique, right? It should be different from others, right? There are some other many things, like same address cannot be entered, same PIN number cannot be entered. Okay, there are many things that you can build in the system itself. Obviously, it will not really let you eliminate the deduplicates. So this is one way. You put the validation rules in the GUI. Basically, these are validation rules catering to the deduplication functionality. Other thing is, we have to understand that data deduplication is required at two levels. One is at the GUI level, second one is at the database. So when the import is going on from here, like this, at that point deduplication has to be done also. Similarly from the GUI. So when a person is entering from the GUI, if as a BA we want to build validation rules, it's easy. But if you want it to integrate with some third-party tool like FirstLogic for deduplication, then it will be very difficult. How will the messaging occur? Somebody is entering data here. The user is entering data here. What will happen to the data? Data first has to go to this tool, then get the deduplication, and then go back, and then prompt the user that he's entering a duplicate. So that's a very different thing. So we call it real-time deduplication. Okay, so real-time deduplication, if it is not done through validation rules, then it is very difficult. Okay, so and if the data is being entered here, then obviously you don't need to do real-time duplication. You can simply do it in a batch mode. You can simply make sure that each and every rule is entered in the you can first clean the data, deduplicate it, and then you can put it in the database. So it's easy for batch. It's easy for this thing. It's only difficult when users are entering it from the GUI. Okay. So important thing is so these are the ways we are really talking about. One is through validation rules. Second one is by integrating to some system like FirstLogic, third-party tool. Okay.